My job sucks. And my boss, he's a fucking prick. And imagine tomorrow, it's going to be again Monday. Which means another 6 days to put up with a piece of crap. In my over 30 years of career, I've seen possibly all the shades of grey in people. And the most exciting part is that the same people, once upon a time, were so excited and desperate to get that same very job. I see most people seem rather unhappy in their corporate life today. I must share this very interesting event that happened once in my life. It was in the middle of the day and we just decided to take a coffee break. I was at a client's place, so we just poured ourselves the coffee and I just took a sip and I kind of noticed he was in a foul mood that day. In fact, he had been in a foul mood for the last few meetings. This must have been around possibly September, October time of the year when normally appraisals and all are done and people are back to the grind of work. So I just happened to pull his leg and say, how come this appraisals happened so late this time? And he just kind of reacted, looked at me and he said, appraisal? And I said, no, you were sounding in a very foul mood, so I thought I'll just ask it. It's kind of smart. And he said, my job sucks. And as if he was waiting to burst. So after he was finished, I just politely asked, change the job, man. Why are you still hanging around here if you're so unhappy? And he instantly mellowed and said, I need this job to pay my bills. And it is not so easy to even find a job these days. And kind of, we understand this kind of thing, तुम प्रोफेशनल्स का अच्छा है यार, जब मन किया काम किया, जिसके साथ मन किया काम किया, नहीं जमा तो आगे बढ़ गए, किसी की जी हुजूरी नहीं करनी पड़ती. Meaning, it's so cool to be a professional. You can work at your terms with people you want to work with on your terms and so on, and you don't have to kind of suck up to people's behavior. And at that moment, I just wanted to tell him how lucky he was because he had a secure income. But I realized that was not the time, so I kind of just kept quiet. But for some reason, that whole conversation kind of stuck with me, more like a leech, And as I started observing more and more people, I began to notice a pattern of mindsets in people, that I could possibly club all those behaviors into three kinds of mindsets. There are these 1% super lucky blessed ones who get to discover what they are truly made for. What is their calling? They can figure out, they get to know what they really want to do, and and they would love to do, and they'll be able to do it and excel in that space. These are probably the gifted ones. People like, Sachin Tendulkar, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who always knew what they were good at. And they were so relentless that they were ready to pay any price to get to where they believed that they belonged. I know most people possibly don't have that clarity, and even amongst those who have that clarity, they may not be as lucky to be able to get to what they really want to be doing and they would love doing. Dhoni is possibly the fiercest example of, I'm like somebody who could possibly just give up everything and do, and mind you, he was from a very modest family background. He could quit a government secure job and jump into a train that possibly just changed his entire future. Phenomenal, I would say. But these kind of people are just 1%. And there are another 99 who still have to find job or careers in their life. And out of these 99, 90 is where we need to talk about are those who begin their career journey by copying other people's success story. Their friends or relatives, or they just begin doing what they've been told to do in their life. They never really apply their minds to find out what is it that they really would love doing or they would be good at. What is it that they can really excel in? What is it that they would love doing and would be happy doing the same thing for their entire career lives? And these 90 people out of 100 are constantly unhappy and whining. Always kind of complaining about their jobs, their bosses, their organizations. And the saddest part of these 90 out of every 100 people's story is that they don't even realize when they begin to bring their office blues at home. Their office anger, their office frustrations. And what happens after that is, I guess, anyone's guess, sad and broken homes, ugly fights, mental breakdowns, high BPs, and worse. Well, we are done talking about that lucky 1% and the 90%, but we still have the amazing 9%. Now, these 9% truly make for an extremely fascinating study. By their natural preferences, they could have been a part of the elite 1%. They're hungry for success. They're willing to walk that extra mile time after time to reach where they really want to be in life. You'll find them volunteering for responsibilities, always taking more on their plate and performing and excelling under high pressures. They're usually the ones who are able to break the glass ceiling and go up the corporate chain and hold positions of responsibility. They are the workaholic CEOs, the MDs, the VPs who are burning the midnight oil and working their way all the way through their weekends and even often during their vacations. They're just not as lucky or blessed as those fortunate 1% to be able to get what they wanted on a silver platter. And I don't mean that Dhonis and Sachins of the world don't have to work hard. So please don't get me wrong. You cannot find a sustainable success without giving your 9 holes in effort. There are no shortcuts to success. You have to grind. You can safely say grind is virtually a constant for success. Often the unfortunate part of these 9% is that they have to make do with the opportunities that come their way. But interestingly, despite not being destiny's favorite child and not getting what they had dreamt of, they still find success in whatever they do. Now this is where the catch lies. Now take a moment and think, what is it so special that makes these high-performing 9%? You put them in any furnace and they will always come out smiling and winning, time after time. Think about it. They're not the ones who are born with a silver spoon. They're ordinary people who become unordinary. They're like the Hindu mythological character of Karn, who's mighty talented, but life kept throwing the odd dice at him time after time. What is so special about these 9%? Why are they not unhappy despite not getting what they aspired for? And why they succeed despite not doing what they would have loved doing in their lives? These 9% people may not have got what they wanted to do in their lives and what they would love doing, but they have the ability to love what they get. Let me repeat, they don't get what they love, so they love what they get. They don't get to do what they would have loved, so they love what they get to do. Now, for me, that is a true winning mindset. Life is never going to be happily ever after. There will be bad bosses. There will be office politics, favoritism, biases, insecurities, out of turn favors. Life is a bitch. Yes, we all know that. So what do you do about it? Keep complaining, whining, and screw up your life? Or just hang in there? Wait until you get the life gives you an opportunity, and maybe not the one that you probably had hoped for, but it is opportunity nonetheless. All you need to do is grab it with both your hands and give all that you've got and strike gold. Buy happiness, buy success, and that is only going to be possible if you can fall in love with what you get. It is like falling in love after getting married. It's like your spouse may not be the one that you possibly had a crush on during your younger days, but you still can fall in love. Fascinating, isn't it? Being in 1% is by destiny. Being in 90% is by choice. But being and becoming a part of the 9% is opportunity. You, I, all of us can get into this 9%. All we need to do is fall in love with what opportunity is presented in front of us. Just begin by building the right career mindset, and I assure you, the success will have to be yours. I sincerely hope I've given you a reason to rethink your life and its goals today. Please don't waste your time complaining. Just fall in love. And do like this and subscribe this video and my channel for more such mind-bending videos. Catch you soon. Adios.